together.
More time.
We don't need to chit-chat later in the day.
Than either of us cares to admit. But then we'll reach out and say, wait till you see this, or wait till you hear this.
Right.
And this was one, I don't remember what, it might have been this time last week.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I ran across this, and I don't know, maybe it was one of your guys' pages or wherever it was, but I saw, or somebody sent it to me, I think is what it was. And I watched it, and I sat and cried laughing for about a half an hour.
No, you did.
And I texted her, I said, you are going to your pants when you see this, and especially with her history here in the wood. And we welcome the creators of the, is it a tourism video? Is that a fair thing to say?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, it's Ron, and Paul, and Tim. It's from the Norwood Tourism Board, which apparently is newly created. And basically it's FU, don't talk S about Norwood. And that's basically what it is. Don't talk smack about Norwood. And by smack, I mean the S word we can't say on the air. And I every single time I watch it, I laugh harder. It's so fun. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the writing. I don't know if it's the piss poor editing. I don't know if it's the voice. I think it's all of those things combined, and the fact that at the very end of it, you're passing by the UDF and you can see the station in the background.
It could be, yeah.
And I didn't notice that till the
Yeah, we didn't realize you guys were down here.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, that's the thing, because we live and work here. Bridget lived here for a long time. Still has a house here. She's still a landlord here, and our buddies in the Norwood Fire and Police Department over here.
Yeah,
we're
we love
working
them.
with those guys, and she's a huge fan of the lady at the water department.
Yeah, we're best buddies. Best.
And but I love being here because we worked down in town in Radio Baghdad for a long time. Then moved here to the center of the city. It's easy to get everywhere from here, whatever. And I'm like, this is so funny, and anybody that lives and works here has to think this is as funny as we do.
What's your favorite part about the video? Hands down, Tank.
The tank is
in Norwood, you've got a tank, and I wish people should be reminded of that more often.
If we had been thinking ahead, we would have edited this so that we could play it. But it's it's incumbent upon you to see it in its unexpurgated form. So where did this come from, guys? You again, it's Ron, Paul, and Tim. What's the name of your troupe?
We are called Fawkward Comedy.
Yeah,
it's funny, it's awkward.
Nobody's really sure.
Yeah, or bleeping awkward. We're not even really sure what our own name means.
Depends on the venue.
Yeah,
that's true. But it took all of us to make this. The conceptualization of it really came from Paul. You've got a story about it and how it came to be.
Yeah, I had a teacher in high school. He was an English teacher my sophomore year. A nice guy, nice old guy. Had a bit of a stutter and could never say anything mean about anyone. Never any expletives of any sort at all. And one day he was talking about how when he was our age, he was able to work in the summer to pay for college. I mean, you can't do that anymore, but you could back then. He'd go to the GM plant in Norwood. And a friend of mine said, "Wait, isn't Charles Manson from Norwood?" And the teacher immediately reacted. He's like, "Charlie Manson, don't talk smack about Norwood."
So he told us this story, and we were in Norwood. We were at Ron's house in Norwood, and we were just dying. And we were like, somebody needs to do something like this. So Ron was just like, can we just roll around and take footage in Norwood and dub it? So, I mean, that's what we did, right? I mean, we spent, 2 hours?
Yeah, you spent a good at least 20 minutes.
We spent a fair at least 25 minutes on it. Yeah, but we just took the footage and we got home and we
used your iPhone.
Yeah, we used my iPhone to dub over, and I was the one who did the voice in it. And we just watched the footage and we're like, well, how can we make fun of it? And recorded it and slapped it together and. We were like,
overnight, we had 2,000 views.
Yeah,
we were like, we seem to have hit some kind of a local nerve here.
We got 5,000 views in 3 days or something like that. With a video that we thought 3 people were going to think was going to be funny.
We truly thought we were the only 3 people on Earth that would find this funny.
Well, whoever it was that sent it to me, obviously, it caught them, and then when we posted it, and then you said, now you're at 11,000 something.
Yeah, we're at 11,500. Well, I sent it to a friend of mine from Norwood, and he sent it to everybody he knew. He thought it was great, and it just spread like wildfire.
Norwood loves it.
Yeah, everybody. I've not heard a bad thing from anybody from Norwood yet.
Well, now, it's interesting you say that, because on the phone we have the mayor of Norwood.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
God, don't put me on like that.
Talk to us.
No, he's out there trying to fix that water fountain. Your pool's got water in it. Ours got leaks. I love it. I was so funny. There's the hostess.
The hostess one is my personal favorite because my voice keeps getting like increasingly angrier, and then the camera keeps getting like increasingly shakier, and I still crack up every single time.
I think I drove over a bump or something.
There's a couple of those.
I think the other part I like is so raw that there's a couple times you've edited out the D in Norwood. You're so anxious.
Well, that was exactly the point. We did when we realized some of the editing was goofed up. We were like, should we fix it? No, leave it in, dude.
Don't talk smack about the Norwood Tourism Board. It's flourishing.
Right. Yeah, it was so funny because I noticed I'm like, he's so anxious to get to the next thing. He's so proud he didn't finish the word Norwood. But, now, are other communities reaching out to have you do similar tourism videos?
No,
we have not heard from any other ones.
I'm surprised like Chivy isn't.
But no, I want to do at least 2 more, and one of them has to be Hamilton.
No, but that's been done. See, I was just going to tell you, my buddy Mr. K, God rest his soul, he did a long form video about Hamilton because he's a lifelong Hamilton resident. Sure. And he did a long form one, and he did sort of a similar thing, but he walked around and he did more like a history. It was more of a history walk. It wasn't like this, but he was like at this place, and every place he went to was closed. And he did a long form. I've got to dig that one up too.
The one on Hamilton could be like 2 hours long.
But here's the thing I would tell you, and it's funny because we brought this up during our conversation about your video. Hamilton and Norwood have both done, in the past 5 to 10 years, I think, leaps and bounds trying to work on and add things to the image. Like this building that we're in, and the one next door, the urology group, and some of the restaurants and things.
The Kroger, there's
the difference in, from 10 years till now. So things like this, that's why I think your thing is so funny, because in spite of everything that's going on, those of us who've been here forever and ever, Norwood near and dear to our heart, those kind of things are funny, even if all this other regentrification, all these other things are going on.
And in Hamilton, they went out and bought the hookers nice shoes. So, I mean, it's going places.
And as Kay used to always say, and we got the world's largest welfare office. So why do you expect these places to be open? Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but I think there's just something I think about it, and I don't know if you guys have hit on a formula or what it is, but do you have a new project in the pipeline? Is there something, or is there a website or a YouTube channel? Or
we have a Facebook page where it's Fawkward Comedy Cincy, right?
With a Y. Fawkward is Fawkard. Fawkward Comedy Cincy. Yeah. And then the YouTube is just youtube.com/Fawkward Comedy.
Right. We got some we've written some actual real honest to God sketches that are pretty funny.
Like, we really, really want to do this. Like, this is something we're actually pretty serious about.
To have like a troupe thing going on.
Yeah, like me and Tim both do stand up. Yeah. And, so that, I mean, this is what I've always wanted to do with my life. Yeah. So.
And Paul should do stand up, but
yeah,
he's too busy being the face of the organization.
Right. He's too. We walked in here this morning. He's in a collared shirt, wearing like t-shirts and jeans. I'm like, people are gonna think you're our agent.
No, it's pretty obvious he slept in it, but it's still it's pretty good. Because it's funny because we reached out to you. I don't even remember how I was like, somebody please tell these guys to get in touch with us.
I mailed into you guys. I was like, I just wanted to thank you guys for the support. I was like, wow, that was really cool. We should at least shoot him a thank you, you know?
Well, I was like, oh my God, he got back to me. That's awesome, because every once in a while this medium actually works. So, but I couldn't tell, like, based on your guys' profile pictures, I couldn't tell what you looked like or like how serious you did, like serious jobs, and then you did this just to dick around on on your own time or whatever. But I don't know. I think it's funny. I think there's something here. I think, and if you're looking as to be the kernel and the core of this troupe, whether it's like a groundlings kind of thing or whatever, want to do sketch comedy, I think you're onto something here.
I hope so.
Pretty funny
it's just when I met both these guys different ways. I knew Paul. Me and Paul worked at a Boy Scout summer camp together. Oh, wow. And me and
I don't think I want to hear more about it.
Me and Ron did Rocky Horror together.
Yeah. Oh wow!
So 2 very different people, 2 very different worlds. And I said, these guys are polar opposites, but they're the 2 funniest people I know. Yeah. So it's either going to crash and burn, or there's going to be something here. And I think the first time we met, I realized there is something here.
Well, you guys nailed this one. I still even just thinking about it makes me laugh. Regina says you should go out to Harrison and give them a run. So
that'd be too easy.
They've got more bars. And
they have a lot of bars
done than anywhere else, I think,
than hospitals.
The entire world.
Yeah. Well, let me know if you're coming out to hang out in Milford, because I can help out there if you'd like to. But it's funny stuff. It's don't talk smack about Norwood, and it obviously isn't the word smack. We posted on the Facebook page again. Feel free. We're going to pin it to the top all day. Feel free to share it. with anybody you know, especially anybody that used to live here. I sent it to Big John Murray, and I haven't heard back from him again, probably because he passed out laughing.
No, because it's funny.
Anybody that you know that's from this area will get a total kick out of this. And best of luck, guys. Keep us posted as to what's going on, and let us know. We'll help you
absolutely. Thank you.
Spread the word about Fawkward comedy.
Don't talk smack about 96 Rock.
I like that too at the end. I didn't know if you had special effects or that was.
No, we
I downloaded a sound clip of a whip.
That's pretty good. That's good stuff.
Don't give away all of our secrets.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't want. Yeah. In fact, if we can't even post a picture, of you guys, I don't want people to know what you look like.
I don't want people to know what I look like either. So.
You want to go stealth. You
I got to fix the radio.
No,
I mean.
you don't want people to know because if they see you coming, they won't let you do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Not that he's a goofy looking bastard.